All right.
Introduce.
Tonight's presentation on membership is membership outside of the box. Look at that, it's moving. How fancy is that?
You want me to read this?
Yeah.
Okay, since 1999 and 2019, we have seen a steady decline in scouting across the board. Since the pandemic and the bankruptcy, these numbers have dropped even more significantly. This data that you're looking at right now is very important to know as we move forward. We will touch on more of this a little bit later in our program. At this point, note that during the height, we had boomers, Gen X, and now we add millennials and Gen Z to the mix. For years, we have bound ourselves to the same technique. Yep, flyers, youth talk, road signs, peer-to-peer. The techniques have proven themselves in a market prior to the millennium and the steep decline we have just seen. Change is inevitable, growth is optional. Tonight, we want to see, we want you to see, you think outside the box that we have been in for so long. Tonight, we're going to take a look at the future. Remember, you can't wow with nothing. Look at your jack out of the box as we explore new and effective ways to grow your unit. Our image for tonight is the jack outside of the box. And you see our little jack standing right there. Now, what are some different things outside of the box of ideas? Please do not advertise what you don't do. So if you say, oh, we're going to do a STEM project, and you never do it, don't say it. So what about a bike rodeo? Get the police, state troopers, sheriffs involved. They love that stuff. What about a recyclable rain gutter regatta? A fishing derby, Lego challenge, and the Stewart's ice cream social. Those are just a few. What can you think of? Don't forget these very important items. Okay, at a joining event, have items that will tell what your unit does so the parents can plan and know what to expect. Unit calendar, a must. Contact information for the leaders. Print a business card. Create a parent guide to lay out the expectations. Be transparent. Pretty good stuff, huh? Now, let's blow this box up. There you go. Change can be scary. We all know that. But you know what's scarier? Allowing fear to stop your growing, evolving, and progressing.
You have to know your target customers. Over 90% of our parents will either be younger millennials or older Gen Z. This group does not carry cash. They spend 5 hours or more on their phone a day. They speak in a language known as emoji, sticker, and GIF, and they are more comfortable in this. 46% of this population think technology is bad for them, but they are dependent upon it. They're the largest generation in the workforce at this time, and soon they will surpass Generation X for responsibility. These facts come from Jason Dorsey and the Foundation for Generational Kinetics. You need to reach your target market. The new way to flyer is not going to be papers in school. You're going to need to reach out to places such as Facebook, social media. However, Facebook is for old people. Sorry, if you're on Facebook, it means that you're either a Gen Xer or a baby boomer. Make sure to engage in multiple different platforms such as TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, or even Snapchat. Don't forget to go to your district executive in advance to any type of joining event and ask them to geofence popular areas such as grocery stores, coffee shops, gas stations, or even hospitals. Please check out this great resource available at leatherstockingcouncil.org, put together by our district chairman and Susquehanna Headwaters, Shane Digan. This is a complete guide in how you could be effective using social media. Make sure your unit pins are accurate. Ask your DE to help you update your unit pin on beascout.org. Hold on. What's a unit pin, you ask? Why does this thing need to be accurate? A unit pin can completely change and revolutionize how you do your scouting. It helps you receive online applications from parents who are shopping at home. It will help you register scouts more quickly at a joining night, accept scouts directly into your unit, take credit cards via an online system, not have to worry about lost applications, and show new parents that their kids are directly into the program. How do you do this? Great question. Thanks for asking. You go to my.scouting.org, and you go to Organization Manager located in the menu option at the top of the page. Once there, it'll take you to a page that looks similar to this. First step is click over where it says number 1 I have here circled and open up Be a Scout. Number 2 is click on Apply Online. Number 3 is make sure that all of your information in there is up to date. So as you see, we have John Scoutmaster and his phone number and email address completely put in here properly. Once that is put in, it will auto-populate in all of the fields going forward. Number 4, what information do you want displayed on your Be a Scout site? Do you want the person's contact name, their phone number, their email address? Does your unit have a website? And then below, any additional information. What is that additional information? Your unit meets at the First Church of Our Lord on Main Street every Monday night, and you want that added. So that information will be added to your Be a Scout site. Streamlined onboarding, simplifying the application process. The Boy Scouts of America offers online application process for youth and adults that can be completed from start to finish without a single piece of paper changing hands. This allows prospective members and leaders to register and pay in a way that is convenient for them, and it creates a more efficient and user-friendly registration for units, districts, and the councils. What does that mean? Simply stated, streamlined onboarding by going to beascout.org allows applications to be filled out and paid for online. Streamlined onboarding allows you to have more control over your applications. No more paperwork being lost. If you go to www.scouting.org/resources/online registration, and for all of those who are not getting this, we will have this video up for you. You can see all of these instructional videos that give you a step-by-step process from setting up your unit pin to managing every aspect of my.scouting to accepting youth applications and adult applications, configuring your online registration, every aspect. Please watch these videos. None of them are longer than 15 minutes. I've watched them all myself. It's never too late for a new beginning. Craig Rochelle. And out of the ashes of blowing up our box rises an eagle. Heading into the 2022-23 school year, the Leather Stocking Council is proud to announce the Membership Incentive Program. The Leatherstocking Council believes that the goal of every youth who joins the future is the future leader of our nation. To that end, we want to help our units by providing for the future of our nation by helping them recruit new youth. We are therefore launching the Membership Incentive Program. If a unit agrees to participate in the council annual popcorn sale, which is our fall fundraiser, participate in the council annual peanut sale, which is our spring fundraiser, and agree to switch to online registration, you are eligible to receive a one-time reimbursement of up to $200 for creative recruitment of your choosing. Agreement forms for this membership incentive program will be available starting tomorrow at leatherstockingcouncil.org. At this time, if there's any questions, Peter? Then it is my honor to invite up the council president, Mr. Matt Judgeets, with a few words.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. And I appreciate everybody making some time for me to be able to speak. I'm Matt Judgeets. I'm your council president, and I want to make sure everybody knows how important it is for the council right now for growth. This is something that the board has been talking about for the last couple of months and trying to put together a program to support you as individuals inside of each one of our packs and troops to get more growth and bring more kids into our program. If kids don't have an opportunity to enjoy scouting, it's a shame on us. And for the council level, we want to try to put together a special promotion over and above what you've already heard about this evening. So we are working hard right now on coming up with a discounted scouting program for new scouts, both to our BSA program and to our Cub program. We have a couple of different options that we're looking at here, and these are something that's going to be voted on in a few weeks at our annual meeting. That'll be coming up, I believe, on the 23rd. So I just wanted to give you a little bit of a preview of the three options that we're considering for a vote, and we'll be coming back to you with one of these finalized. Obviously, if reason why I'm shopping this out to you tonight is we do want to solicit feedback. So again, if you have an idea or you think that you could tweak something that might help out the program, let us know. Get back to Paul, get back to Diane, get back to Rebecca, get back to Keith. Let them know that you might have something that might be able to enhance it. So again, we have three different options that we're looking at currently here at the council level. So that would be, again, everything that Paul just spoke about. We're still looking at for participation, where we want you to get involved in our popcorn sale, want you to be involved in the Whitley Nut sale, and then obviously we want to have the opportunity for our DEs to be able to visit with you and your parents and talk to them about Friends of Scouting. If you're able to, get those three, hit those three benchmarks for us, the first option we're looking at is we would pay for the first year of a Cub or a Scout BSA, except for that initial $25 fee. Parents will still obviously be responsible for program materials in the uniform. That would be a cost that we would help defray if we were to onboard about 409 kids of about almost $32,000 that the council is willing to chip in to the hat to make that goal and make that happen. The reason why some of us are looking at that is that it should overcome a lot of the barriers that we're seeing right now, especially we're seeing with the rampant inflation that's happening in our communities, the gas prices and everything else. We want to try to eliminate that right off the bat for you. So if somebody is concerned that, geez, I just really can't afford to put my son or my daughter in the program, this should help wane a lot of that back. The reason why we're still asking for the $25 is we still want to make sure that our scouts and our families have some skin in the game. So again, this is something that the board is going to be taking a look at. That is our option one. Option two would be to pay for the first full year, again, of the Cub and the BSA experience, including the $25. Again, that's a point that we're debating right now, again, because that doesn't put so much skin in the game. So we might not have as good of commitment from families to come and join us on a weekly basis at the meetings or a monthly basis at meetings, because again, they don't have any financial tie to it. So there's no reason. I don't feel like going to the meeting tonight, but we want to make sure that they're still showing up, because an active scout is a better scout than one that is just on paper. Again, if the council chipped into this program and covered the cost, looking at the council would cover about a little over $42,000 of costs for onboarding an additional 409 kids across the council. Okay. One of the big things that's great about this is that, we can market this, and you can market this as I don't like the word free because it makes it sound cheap, so I like to say complimentary as a way to be able to sell this up a little bit and be able to get more kids into the program. It's a great way for those parents that maybe weren't Scouter families to then be able to come in and see the value of our program, and then upon renewal, they'll have the opportunity to afford to pay for it, because now they have gotten involved in the popcorn sale, inside of selling the Whitley's Nuts, etc. Okay. And then lastly, the other option is that we're looking at pay the first 5 months, so up through basically the rechartering period. So people would be able to come on in that September, late August timeframe. We would cover that cost up for those first couple of months, get people the opportunity to preview the program, get involved in it, get engaged in it, get the kids excited, because really about that 5-month time frame, you're looking at the kids are going to start getting those Pinewood Derby cars, and that's usually a huge hook for those kids, because now they're excited to race. And that's just a great way to keep them inside the program, because they're looking forward to race day. But again, it'll help eliminate that barrier that we're currently seeing sometimes in recruitment because of cost program. And I think we have to be honest too, we look about some of the other programs that we compete against, whether that's travel baseball, travel hockey, travel cheerleading, or whatever it may be for your boy or for your girl. There's a lot of expenses that happen inside of all these different programs. Scouts is one of the lowest priced programs out there, but it's also one of the best programs that our parents can actually be involved with their kids. So instead of sitting in the bleachers and cheering on your son or daughter, you're there next to them doing things like cast iron chef. You're helping them build their pine box derby cars. So there's a lot more hands-on, a lot more quality time between parents and their children, which I think that if we talk about that, that's what we hear a lot of our parents are desperately searching for. They're looking for that connection before their kids turn into teenagers and are no longer interested in hanging out with mom and dad because they're not cool anymore. I'm starting to go through that with my 12-year-old. I'm no longer cool. That's just the way that it goes. But these are 3 different options that we're looking to invest in the program and invest directly into your units on the ground level to try to help you out. As everybody knows, that also these huge recruitment tools are here at the office now. Our inflatable archery rangers are out there. So if you have a recruitment event, they're here for you to sign out. Please take advantage of them. I know that they were just down in Sydney a few days ago, and there are 10 new kids signed up because they heard the motors of these inflatable archery ranges, and it caused a great a stir of these kids to come over and want to learn more about scouts and scouting. So take advantage of them. Again, the board will be voting on one of these 3 options, but if somebody has comments or questions, you can put it into the chat box. Peter's watching it as we speak, and we can get back to you on those at another time. But I guess from the board, we want to make sure that you know that we understand and we want to support the program. We want to support you as unit leaders, and we want to put our money where our mouth is. That's the best way for me to describe it. So we're making a significant investment this year. Obviously, we're going to track it and see if this is a program that we're going to continue to roll out year after year. But we think that this is a great way to kickstart recruitment for you, and we'll have more details once the board approves things. But again, we're soliciting your feedback and see if there's any other best practices we might be able to put in there. Okay. I won't take any more time because there's more stuff and more presentations to make, but I appreciate everybody's attention, and I look forward to seeing all of you soon. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Matt. Real quick, we've already had someone comment, the Be a Scout pins right now, the national office did some kind of magic, internet voodoo type thing, and they threw all the control back to us. So, either send us your information and we'll update it, or if you want control of your pin, please let your unit serving executive know, and we have a way to go back and make that happen, as long as we know the person that, we need to make in charge of that. Right now, before we get started with the next portion, I'd like to make a quick introduction. I'd like to invite Rob Mahardy, who is our camp director for Camp Kingsley, to come on up and tell us a little bit about what's going on at camp.
Sure, I get to talk about the outing and scouting part of what's going on. Matt laid out a whole bunch of important points, letting you guys know what's going on in the incentive drive for membership for this fall. Once we got them this fall, what are we going to do with them? So one of the big portions that we have is our camp program. So I want to talk a little bit about what we've got coming up. Well, actually 4 days from now. We have a Cub Field and Stream weekend that we have going on up at Camp Kingsley, and most of our programs will be going on at Kingsley. We also have some day camps that'll be going on this summer in the districts, but we have our Field and Stream weekend, which is geared towards shooting and fishing. So we have archery, we have BB gun, we have slingshot, we have fishing, we have this really cool electro fishing thing going on. So looking forward down the road, eventually it's starting out as a Cub event. Next year we look to grow that into a Cub and Scouts BSA dual kind of event, where Cubs will have one program going on and Scouts BSA will have a little bit more advanced program going on at the same point. Obviously, we've got July coming around, just around the corner, and we're talking summer camp. So right now we have 3 weeks of summer camp planned, but we still have plenty of room for folks to sign up. So we're getting towards that crunch time where we need to really, really look at our numbers for the summer. So if you haven't signed up yet, please get on that. So our summer camp program is our traditional resident program. We run sessions from Wednesday to Sunday, and all sorts of crazy, fun, awesome events that we do, swimming, boating, archery, BB, and we do overnight programs for the AOLs, which is a special afternoon, evening camp out program where they learn all about the patrol method and how to transition into the Scouts BSA program. Lots of other stuff. Lots of investment in the biking program this year. So that is a really new kind of thing we're excited about. The council got some great grants, and we're actually doing some good physical work on the BMX area, and eventually over the next few years expanding that out into the mountain bike trails. So council got, I believe we got like almost 40 new bikes this year. I believe it was 39. So I like almost 40. So it's going to be great. We got these fat tire bikes that we use at our winter camp programs. We got mountain bikes. We've got our BMX bikes that we're using. So lots of investment in the biking type programs this year. So that's going to be a really fun, anything from learning to ride up into doing a little bit of trail rides with our AOLs this year. So that, really looking forward to that. So, and then all those other fun fellowship programs that we do at summer camp. And then just a little plug of some of the fall events we have going after that. Our fall family camp is a Cub event that is in October, and that is the second weekend in October. And then we also have a couple of Scouts BSA events going this fall. We have adventure weekends, 3 different programs that will be going on the last weekend in September, and that will be a Flight to Eagle program. So learning how to do the project, everything from required merit badges through project planning ideas and all those steps in from life to Eagle. We also have a wilderness survival program that sounds really exciting. And the third one will be a STEM robotics program. We got, speaking of grants, with a bike grant, we council got another grant to do some robotic stuff this year. So we have a lot of interesting robots, drones, stuff like that going on at that program. And then we started it last year in November. We'll have another gaming weekend. This is just a really kind of different program. It's very laid back in the sense of the way the program flows is a little bit more relaxed through it, but we do everything from card games, family board games, role-playing games, all that sort of stuff throughout the whole weekend. So those are just some of the exciting things we have going on for you guys, all the way up from next weekend, all the way through the end of this year. And then we roll into next year and we go back to our traditional events of Blizzard Camp for Scouts BSA in January, and then our Mom and Me program again in the spring for Cubs. So again, we're really focused on putting the outing and scouting here in the council. So thank you.